Alex Hurst here from True Faith, Newcastle United Fanzine and Podcasts. Wow, what a performance and what a win for Newcastle United against Everton. I did not see that coming. I thought Everton would comfortably win the game. They've had a great season. They had 2 games in hand on a lot of the teams above them, and I think if they won those games, they'd go to 3rd position. And Newcastle somehow have taken 6 points from Everton this season, which is an incredible achievement. And, I plan to do this video today pre-match and just assumed it would be more of the same. Steve Bruce, lack of performance, lack of tactics, lack of formation, and quite simply that is the best performance I think in his reign here. It's the biggest win, it's the most impressive win, and for him and his coaching staff, which we'll come on to in a bit, to pull that out, scarcely believable. The players were unbelievable today, unbelievable. I'm in shock. I'm in shock about how good a win. How good a performance. Newcastle should have won by more there. Newcastle could have won by more. I mean, Everton had their chances, first half especially. But second half, and kind of maybe after the first 15 minutes of the game, Newcastle have hit the post twice in a Premier League match away from home and still won 2-0. Normally Newcastle don't have two shots on target. Never mind hit the bar twice, never mind scoring twice. And Callum Wilson, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about him later, but wow, Shearer-esque performance. Shearer-esque. So what's happened? How am I sat here saying these things? How are you sat here listening and watching to Newcastle United winning 2-0 away from home at Everton? A massive win, by the way, in the context of the battle to stay in the Premier League. I all but resigned myself to relegation, and quite simply changed from the 5 at the back formation. Those of you who follow me on Twitter know after every defeat, I'll tweet the stats. Playing 5 at the back, it was 2 wins in the last 25 games. Saw the formation come out beforehand. Was worried that he was going to once again play his best midfielder, Isaac Hayden, in the defence, like Bruce has been doing a lot of the season. It wasn't like that, and you kind of got a diamond in midfield, or a 4-1-4-1, with Hayden in front of the back 4, and then Shelvey and Henrik in front of him, and Almiron and Fraser on the wings, or maybe in possession of 4-3-3 with those 2 lads, the wide lads joining Wilson up front. Whatever it was, it worked. And it's almost incredible that the manager has decided to play players in the right positions. Isaac Hayden in midfield, who'd have thought it? Who would it? I mean, the all-nighters, the equations, the diagrams, the footage that has taken them to work out that Isaac Hayden plays better in midfield. Newcastle are a better side when he plays in midfield. Well done to them. Take my hat off to them. Incredible job. Playing your best right back, Javier Manquillo. Who'd have thought it? Who'd have thought it? Jamal Lewis playing in a back 4. Incredible. Like, I'm joking, but like it's literally just playing your best players in their best positions, and you've seen what's happened. Football's not a complicated game. Bruce likes to throw players in, throw players out, change formations numerous times. Just play that formation, and what you saw from that formation, Newcastle haven't played by like Brazil there, or when Brazil were good. But what we did do is make the game hard for the opponent. No longer playing that formation. If they continue like that, can the opposition just waltz, stroll, saunter, use your own word, up to the 18-yard box, or kind of our final third, and then we'll switch on, and then we'll try and close down. You saw players all over the pitch, running, harrying, hassling, making it hard for the other team. If it's hard for the other team, it's easier for you. If it's hard for the other team, it's harder for them to score. This shouldn't be, I shouldn't be saying this, and you shouldn't be thinking it and watching it, but that's how bad Newcastle have been under Steve Bruce. That even if we'd lost that game 1-0 today, it still would have been one of the best performances under Steve Bruce. And how has it happened? Well, most Newcastle fans, and I think journalists as well, and people in the media and people in the know, are suggesting Graeme Jones has made a difference. I mean, a difference. It's a different team. The difference. That's 2. I don't know how he's done it. He's been here 5 minutes. 5 minutes he's been here, 1 game. Newcastle look like a well-drilled, organised team, and they aren't. I think anyone watching this who's watching Newcastle regularly would agree that they're not that. There are a lot of things. They're not well-drilled and organised, but the work today, Jones has been here 5 minutes in the work today, and that's what's so promising about this moving forward. And I don't want to get ahead of myself. Newcastle under Steve Bruce not being good enough. I don't think Steve Bruce is a good enough manager. He's pulled out a massive result. Quite often he's done this when he's really needed a result. He's pulled one out. There are some fans probably watching this who think, well, this just buys him another 10 games and the inevitable will still happen. I think from my point of view, there's a little bit of hope there for the first time in a long time. I mean, even earlier in the season, we were doing podcasts, that kind of thing, as True Faith, and we were talking about the unsustainability of it all. The fact that, yes, like when we played Everton, our place, really, it was a nothing game. And we won 2-1, Callum Wilson again, winning the game by himself almost. But Newcastle, there was no identity. There was nothing there to cling on to. What I want them to do now moving forward, start with Crystal Palace on Tuesday. They've got to play the same. They've got to think, this is the system, fit the players to the system. Not St. Maximan's injured, so we'll have to go 5 at the back. Not, well, light on defenders, so we'll have to go 5 at the back, which doesn't make any sense, but that's what they do. Not, let's bring in Paul Dummett at left back because, and I like Paul Dummett, by the way, but because we need to be, we need to go back to 5 at the back. Let's play Matt Ritchie. He needs to play, so we've got to go back to 5 at the back. We're going to drop Almiron because he hasn't scored. All the things that we've done in the past. No. Trust the system, press teams, make it difficult for them, and Newcastle fans will get behind you. There is quality in that team. The idea that in the past few weeks we've heard that, the team's not good enough, it's full of championship players, bullshit, in my opinion. People have been making excuses for Steve Bruce. People have been talking about Mike Ashley. And whilst Mike Ashley is the reason Newcastle are a bad Premier League team and will never fulfil their potential, Mike Ashley isn't the reason that squad have been underperforming. And no one made those arguments for Steve McLaren or people like that, but they have to trust the system. They have to trust what's happened. They have to trust what's in front of them. Even when we play Southampton, who are a very good pressing side, even when we play the likes of Man United away in the near future, we can't just go back to the completely lay down and die. Hope we don't get hammered. Hope we nick a goal. We deserve to win that game today, and that's the most encouraging thing. We made it difficult for the opposition, both defensively and offensively. And look what happened. There are players in that team who have deserved better than what they've been subjected to so far by the manager and his coaching staff. They brought in Graeme Jones. People are saying that's a win for Graeme Jones. Graeme Jones, black and white army, all that kind of stuff. Fine. I just want to see Newcastle United win games. And if it's Steve Bruce or Graeme Jones who's got the head coach or manager's title, I don't care. If they play like that, I'm looking forward to watching the game against Palace this season on Tuesday. I think that's the first game since West Ham probably where I'd say Newcastle genuinely played well. Didn't play that well against Burnley, didn't really play well against Palace, didn't really play well against Everton. So we've now won 2 of our 6 games this season against Everton, again against West Ham, where I've thought Newcastle played well. What did we do in those fixtures? We made it hard for the opposition. We played 4 at the back. We didn't just concede midfield. We'll give ourselves a chance. Gives yourself a foothold. We're not going to win every game. Shock. You can't win every game and you can't play well every game, but what you can do is make it hard for the opposition every game. What you can do is put your foot in. How shithouse when Newcastle today? James Rodriguez, poor lad, kicked all over by like Miguel Almiron and John Joe Shelby, 2 of the softest lads in the league, and we went in there and we thought, you know what, we're gonna give you a game today. We're gonna give you a game, and we've given them a game. We've beaten 2-0, and I've got so much respect for all of the players, Callum Wilson in particular, who is just a lion. He's just an absolute joy to watch at times. When you're growing up, or if there's people who've got kids who want to play centre forward or whatever, that's how you think a centre forward plays. All over the pitch, running the channels, sprinting, bringing players into play. Could have had a hat-trick, should have had a hat-trick, could have had 4 or 5 today, really. For a team that doesn't score many goals or create many chances, Callum Wilson could have had 4 or 5 goals today, and he deserved them. And Everton's defence, which is a decent defence, couldn't handle him. That's how good he was. And if we keep him fit and we'll create chances for him like we have done there, and well done Jamal Lewis again, by the way, for that goal. I can't believe we scored from a floated shite corner, by the way, as well. I mean, Everton seem to have Richarlison marking in some sort of weird zonal shit, but up to them. Good luck, lads, with that. 2 brilliant goals. Callum Wilson's absolutely magnificent, and I'm still firmly of the opinion that this game doesn't change the fact that Steve Bruce has done a terrible job as Newcastle manager, but there's something there today. There's something to cling on to. There's something to get excited about a little bit. And it hasn't been that way probably since the first game of the season. And we all know what happened after that. Went and got hammered 3-0 at home by Brighton, who could have scored 6. So let's hope that doesn't happen on Tuesday. Let's see more of the same, because there's quality in that squad and there's quality in that team. And it seems to have taken Graeme Jones to come in to unleash a little bit of that, and he's only been here since like 2:30 last night or whatever. So great win, fantastic performance. I can't believe I'm doing one of these videos and smiling a bit. It's hidden by my beard, which I might shave now. That's how happy I am. Newcastle have managed to win the game, win 2-0, beating Everton, the Scouse Mackens, who are a good team with a good manager, But Newcastle have got all 3 points, and fair play to the lads. They've turned it around. Get in.